You're watching Tap Tech, where we bring you the latest and most exciting updates in the world of technology before anyone else. And today, we're talking about something truly special, the upcoming Sony A9 IV. This camera has been the talk of the town among professionals and enthusiasts alike. Sony seems ready to redefine what a flagship mirrorless camera can do, and what we've been hearing sounds absolutely insane. So stay tuned, because what I'm about to share might change your mind about what a high-end camera can be. The Sony A9 lineup has always represented speed, power, and reliability. Every model has pushed the limits of what's possible in mirrorless photography. The A9 II was already a beast, but the A9 IV, it looks like Sony is aiming straight for perfection this time. This camera isn't just another update. It feels like Sony's statement to the entire industry. We're still the ones setting the bar. Let's start with what everyone's most excited about, the new sensor. Rumors suggest Sony will equip the A9 IV with a new stacked CMOS sensor, possibly around 33 to 36 megapixels, offering lightning-fast readout speeds. That means virtually no rolling shutter even during fast-paced sports or wildlife shots. You'll be able to capture every frame of the action with crisp precision. Imagine freezing a soccer player midair or a bird in motion without distortion or blur. That's what this camera aims to deliver. But Sony isn't just focusing on speed. They're also working on pushing dynamic range and low-light performance further than ever. The A9 IV might introduce a dual-base ISO system, giving cleaner results even in dark environments. This could be a huge upgrade for event photographers and videographers who often work in unpredictable lighting. And speaking of video, let's talk about that, because this might be the part that really turns heads. We're hearing strong whispers that the Sony A9 IV could record in 8K. Not cropped, not limited. Full-frame 8K recording, potentially up to 60 frames per second. That's massive. Combine that with Sony's legendary autofocus system, and you're looking at one of the most complete hybrid cameras ever built. But it's not just about resolution. Sony is expected to include 10-bit 4.2.2 internal recording, S-Cinetone color, and improved heat management. So for filmmakers and creators, this could be a dream machine. No overheating, no compromise. Just pure performance. Now, Sony's autofocus system has always been in a league of its own, and the A9 IV is rumored to take it even further. Expect AI-powered real-time tracking that recognizes not just eyes or faces, but also entire bodies, animals, birds, vehicles, even insects. It's like the camera knows exactly what you're trying to capture and locks on with precision that feels almost human. If this works as smoothly as leaks suggest, it might completely change the way professionals shoot fast-moving subjects. One area where many photographers have been asking for improvement is the electronic viewfinder. The A9 IV could bring a 9.44 million dot EVF, similar to what we've seen in the A1, possibly even better, with higher refresh rates and brightness. That means a more natural, lag-free view of your subject, even during burst shooting. And speaking of bursts, brace yourself, because reports hint at up to 40 frames per second continuous shooting without blackout. That's just wild. Then there's ergonomics. Sony's camera bodies have evolved so much, and the A9 IV is expected to have a redesigned grip, slightly deeper and more comfortable for long shoots. The button layout might mirror that of the A1 and A7R IV, giving it a premium, professional feel. The touchscreen is likely getting a serious upgrade too, a fully articulating 4-inch display with higher brightness for outdoor visibility. Connectivity is another big deal in modern workflows, and Sony knows that. The A9 IV will likely bring dual CFX Press Type A card slots, faster Wi-Fi 6E, and possibly even 5G connectivity support via an optional grip. Imagine uploading your shots directly from the field without needing a laptop. That's the kind of flexibility Sony is pushing for. Now let's talk about battery life. The Z battery has served Sony well, but this time, we could see a more efficient power system combined with better cooling and power management. That could mean hours of continuous shooting or recording without a hitch. And if you're into long travel shoots or event coverage, this could be a game changer. Something that's been buzzing in the community is the new AI processing chip. Sony's been using dedicated AI processors in their recent models, and the A9 IV is rumored to feature an even more powerful version. This chip won't just improve autofocus, it'll enhance white balance, color rendering, exposure metering, and even reduce noise intelligently in real time. In other words, the camera learns your style as you shoot. It's wild to think how far we've come. Cameras used to be about glass and mechanics. Now they're about intelligence. Sony's turning the A9 IV into not just a camera, but a thinking companion for creators. And that's what makes this launch so exciting. Let's touch on video stabilization, too. The A9 IV could feature an 8-stop in-body image stabilization system, making handheld shots buttery smooth even at longer focal lengths. Combine that with advanced digital stabilization and Sony's color science, and you've got cinematic footage without needing gimbals. So, when's it coming? The most recent leaks suggest we might see the Sony A9 IV announced in late 2025, possibly around December, with availability a few months later. That timeline makes sense since Sony usually unveils major mirrorless cameras before big industry events. And the price? That's the million-dollar question. Considering everything it's expected to pack, we could be looking at around $499 to $5,999 for the body alone. Yes, it's premium. But for professionals, this camera could be worth every penny. If the specs turn out to be true, this will sit comfortably between the A9 II and the A1, delivering flagship performance at a slightly more accessible price point. So here's the big question. Who is this camera for? The Sony A9 IV is clearly aimed at sports shooters, wildlife photographers, and hybrid creators who need speed, precision, and reliability. But honestly, with 8K video, AI autofocus, and next-level ergonomics, it's also perfect for filmmakers and serious content creators who want the best without stepping into A1 pricing. And let's be real, this isn't just another upgrade. It's Sony's statement that they still dominate the mirrorless world. While Canon and Nikon are making big moves, the A9 IV could remind everyone why Sony remains the benchmark in innovation and performance. But what makes this even more exciting is what it represents for the future. The A9 IV could be the foundation for the next generation of Sony cameras. Smarter, faster, more intuitive. And if this is the direction Sony's heading, the future of photography looks incredible. If you've made it this far, here's something to think about. Photography isn't just about the camera anymore. It's about how the camera understands you. The Sony A9 IV feels like it's stepping into that space where technology and creativity finally move in sync. So what do you think? Will the A9 IV be your next dream camera? Or are you waiting to see how Canon or Nikon respond? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear what side you're on in this next-gen camera race. And before you go, make sure you're subscribed to Tap Tech because we've got more exclusive updates, leaks, and deep dives coming your way. You won't want to miss what's next. We've got details coming soon on Sony's next-generation lenses, the rumored FX line upgrades, and even whispers about a new ZV series launch. Thanks for watching Tap Tech, where tech meets passion, and you always get the truth before the hype. Stay curious, stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one.